Hello, my collective community. I am your girl, Two Claps Oracle. And we're going to get right into this reading because, and if y'all hear me, I'm still a little sick. That's why I haven't been on here daily. But I had to get this. I had to get up out my bed to get on here with y'all, okay? I want to let you know, if you are in a relationship or a situationship or dealing with somebody, if you are only dealing with these people and with these people because they benefit you in some way, it's time to let them go. You do not like him, sis. You do not like her, bro. Let me tell you something. Let me break it down for you. If you with somebody because they watch your kids while you at work and you know you don't like them and they're not good for you and they ain't going nowhere in life, get rid of them. If you with that man because he got a car, like I was, get rid of him. If you with that woman because she can cook and she lets you run all over her, get rid of her. If you are in a situation right now, spring of 2023, and you know for a fact you're passing time with this man or this woman and you're waiting for something else to come along, it's time for you to get out of that relationship. Let me tell you why. If this stumbles across you on your FYP page or the Oracle hashtags, this is your warning. Let me tell you why it's your warning. God wanted me to tell you this message. You blocking your blessings because you trying to play God. See, you don't want to move the person that you don't like anymore out of your space because you feel that you need them. You might need them to pay half the rent. Get somebody else to do it. You might need them for the car. Get somebody else to do it. You might need somebody for the children. Get somebody else to do it. What you don't understand is if you have this overwhelming urge in your heart of hearts, letting you know that you don't want this man or this woman no more, and you know the only reason you keeping them around is because they benefit you in some way, but you hate being with them. You know it's not going nowhere. You know you want to move on. I'm talking to you, okay? Let's get right into this reading, okay? It's time for you to let them go. Today's reading gonna be simple. Just let them go. Child, I ain't even get to shuffle my cards. My daughter was playing with them, child. But don't worry. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you how you know I'm talking to you. If you dealing with a man or a woman and you sit up and internally you always say to yourself, as soon as I get something better, I'm getting the hell on. As soon as I get X, Y, and Z, I'm getting the hell on. You get in an argument with them, you don't even want to be around them. But you feel stuck. If you a woman, you might have just had a baby. You might not have nobody to watch your kids. You might just financially feel like you can't do it without them. You got to find a way to get the hell on. Let me tell you what you do, and I don't care about your ego. You better take your ass down there to the welfare office, the Department of Children and Family Services, whatever county you in. You better apply for you some EBT. And let me tell you, it's going to take you a minute to get on the housing list. But if your ass go down there tomorrow and get on the housing list tomorrow, I guarantee by this time next year, you will have your apartment. Now, it might be a piece apartment with some roaches, but bitch, you will have it, okay? If you a brother out there and you staying with her because she helped you pay half the bills and your silly ass went and got that fancy car knowing you can't afford it without her helping you pay half the bills, you need to take that car back. You need to downgrade. You need to get you a little Honda Civic of 1999, between 99 and 2005, okay? You need to get something that you can afford. A lot of us are blocking our blessings because we are latching on and holding on to people that's no longer supposed to be in our life. We do not like these people relationally, but we're staying connected to these people because we feel that we need them. I'm here to tell you, if you don't want to be with them and you just waiting for the right time to get the hell on and move on and move strong, this is the right time. I ain't playing with you. Don't stay with you. Let me tell you something. There's a saying an OG told me when I used to live in Baltimore, when I was boxing. He said, always enjoy the good times. Meaning, if you stay with a person that's not good for you, past the expiration date of the relationship, they're going to be bad for you, okay? There are a lot of people out here in this universe that's going to cross your path and y'all do not have long-term compatibility. You have short-term compatibility. But what's supposed to happen is you're supposed to do it right. You're supposed to meet. You're supposed to enjoy y'all time together. You get where you going. They get where they going. And you're supposed to split apart. But if you stay in a 2-month relationship or a 5-month relationship for a year because you think it's going to benefit you in the long run, it's going to go bad before it gets good. Let me tell you, some of us, myself included, the residue is already showing up. It's already showing you how they can be, what they are, what they known for. You got to get away from them. I'm telling you. Let's get right into this reading. Come on now. Pass. present, future. And I'm ready to get on my Get Fine program and get in the gym. So if you hear this, please, I love my donations on my Cash App. But if you can go on my Amazon wish list, link in my bio, and buy my waist trimmer. That's for my stomach when I work out, and my thigh trimmer, and get my Abilene for me, honey. I love you forever, because I'm finna get fine. I'm finna get healthy, get in shape, get healthy, lose weight, get healthy, get in shape. How you doing? All right, let's get right into this past. Your past is about you accepting your gifts. Let me tell you what happened now. You done accepted all your spiritual gifts. You done accepted all of your discernment. You done accepted all of your high vibrational things that come in your life. When in the past, what you used to do was you used to second guess yourself. But now you done got yourself in a position where you understand spirit. You understand God's internal GPS. You understand that God wants you to move forward. You understand how powerful you are, right? But your gifts were setting you up for the present and the future. But what happened was, in the past, you were always keeping people around too long. But let me tell you where you messed up. See, you were keeping the wrong people around too long. That's why things were going so badly. Because God never meant for you in the past to share the gifts that he was blessing you with, and your discernment and all the blessings that he had for you with those people in the past. But we done cut them off. The problem is you in a new level. And what's happening is some of your past behaviors are showing up in your present moment. So God wants you to accept your gifts from the past, and discernment being 1, wisdom being 2, foresight being 3. Kind of all 3 of those words kind of mean the same thing, but I give you 3 different definitions because spiritually people hear things different ways, okay? You have all of these gifts, but God is saying you've already done this season before. You stayed with somebody in the past that you know that you weren't supposed to be with. You stayed with somebody too long and it didn't work out. You didn't heed the warnings. It didn't work out. You really don't know this person. This person really don't know you. And you're starting not to like this person. But let me tell you something. Don't do what you did in the past. Just like myself, you trying to rationalize things. You trying to explain it away. You trying to do all the things that you did in the past because the new energy that you're introducing or you're entertaining right now, you don't want to believe that man or that woman is anything like the people in the past. And guess what? They're not. This person is going to bring you a whole new set of problems if you don't get rid of them. When something in you is telling you in a nice way, the whisper. See, God's going to whisper, okay, this relationship is over. It's time for you to move on. He's whispering to you. But then when you don't listen, he get a little closer and he says in a stern voice, all right, now, I know you heard me. This relationship is over. It's time to move on. And then you still don't listen. Then he get all the way up in your face. All right, now, this relationship is over. And now you're scared and shit, okay? So we ain't got time for that. So I'm here to let you know, just like myself, and it's going to be hard, but you got to start easing your head out of the lion's mouth. And let me tell you something. If you move quickly and smart, you're going to ease your head out of the lion's mouth. Want to know why? Because the person that you're keeping around too long that's giving you negative energy, they don't know they're the lion yet. See, their spirit is still going through all the different things they could be to you and they haven't decided yet, okay? So it's best for you to ease your head out of the lion's mouth when the lion isn't looking at you to devour you, okay? So take your stuff from the past and understand, don't let your past habits translate into your present moment, okay? Your present moment. Baby, you in the forest. See, Jesus was in the wilderness. Jesus had to go in the wilderness, I believe, for 40 days and 40 nights, and he was tempted by Satan. You're not going through anything with Satan, but what happens is you're in the wilderness, and the person you attracted on this level is in the wilderness as well. But everybody knows in the wilderness, you have to make a decision. Some people get stuck in the wilderness forever. They don't want to go past the wilderness. Some people get lost in the wilderness. And then some people are actually sent in the wilderness, like myself and like you, to bathe. God has you in the wilderness because he's cleaning you up and nobody can see it. So see, you've attracted this energy in the wilderness and you guys were on the same level. But the reason you want to vibrate past them and the reason that you keep trying to justify, well, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I do like them. No, you don't. And there's nothing wrong with that. Let me tell you something. In the wilderness, you and this person were on the same level, okay? You and this person vibrated to each other because you did enough positivity and you did enough things together to manifest each other. But after this season, You guys are going in different directions. This person might literally be called to stay in the wilderness. They were only spiritually competent enough to break the generational curses on their family in the wilderness, because their children are the ones that's going to bring them out of the wilderness. But you are only in the wilderness to get cleaned up before God presents you. You broke all the generational curses. The generation before you already did this stage. I'll put it in a biblical context. The Hebrew Israelites went on a 41 year trip that was supposed to take 11 days to get to the land of milk and honey. Those who arrived were the new generation. Those who took the journey were our ancestors. So what I'm saying is, why would you stay in the wilderness with somebody who's not called to lead the forest, because that's not their generation? You are elevated. You are above them. And one day they said something. They looked a certain way. They either treated your child a certain way. They said something to you. You're realizing their rationale is not really that good. You're realizing they either do drugs. You're realizing they drink too much. You're realizing that honestly, they're not that person that you fell for a couple months ago. And that's okay, because you're supposed to just enjoy the good times. You're not called to stay in the forest. You're getting cleaned up in the forest, and then you're getting moved on. So what happens is, this is where Satan comes in. He can come in and whisper in your ear and tell you that, hey, these are the things that you need from this person. But they're not the things that you need from that person. That's the things you want. Those are the things that make life a little bit easier. But if easy comes with you being depressed and miserable and trying to plan your exit, and you sitting there in a deceitful energy, knowing you don't want to be with that person, and as soon as you level up and you get what you need, you leaving it behind, it's time for you to go. Let me tell you something. You probably ain't out of the forest, and you probably ain't done getting cleaned up, because you're still stuck with them, and they can't go past the pearly gates. Only you can. They have to dwell in the jungles. They're not called to go where you're called. You guys met up on the journey, but you can't exit the highway with them, because they still got a long ride ahead of them, okay? Period. Let's get into this future card. I'm hot too. This person was only supposed to help you establish balance in your life. This person helped you establish balance. See, before, you were hurt by people that should have never been in your life. You didn't know no better. Your past friends, your past lovers, your past family, the people that tried to break you down. But remember, a couple readings ago, I told you that you're going to level up, and now you're going to have to learn how to vibrate in positivity. You're going to have to learn how to vibrate in love. You're going to have to learn how to become a new being. Because let me tell you something, like I told my Facebook community today. In order for you to attract everything that you need and you deserve, you have to vibrate out of constant positivity. You have to vibrate highly. You met this person in the wilderness to get you to the next level, right? But this person can't vibrate too high. See, they still battling between positive and negative. And even if you were to stay with them, if you get too high, it makes them feel uncomfortable. They're already uncomfortable because you're nothing like they had before. See, they wanted you in the beginning, but now they're saying you're too smart, you're too brave, you're too amazing. You make them feel inferior. See, now the mask is falling off after these couple of months, and you don't need to deal with that. See, they brought balance into your life. Y'all loved each other at a time. They helped you. You helped them. They believed in you. You believed in them. And now it's time to part ways. See, the worst mistake we can make as human beings is keeping people in our lives who are no longer supposed to be there. If you already went through the storm, if you already got rid of everybody that's not supposed to be in your life, right? Why are you going to settle for this new energy? The new energy was fun. The new energy was exciting. The new energy brought balance. But look at this card. Now you're realizing when y'all masks fall off, y'all are light and day. Y'all completely opposite. Y'all don't share the same mentalities. I'll give you an example. My person say, I'm too deep. What? I think too deep. No, you don't think enough. He's hypocritical. And it's not a slight to him, but another woman will be better for him. See, in my situation, I would have to stop growing to make sure his ego was intact. I would have to stop doing a lot of things and put my dreams and aspirations on hold to make sure he was okay. And I can't do that. It's not because he's a bad man. It's not because I'm a bad woman. It's because we are outside of the wilderness, and it's time for us to use what we've taught each other and move on. So I'm telling you, do not stay in this relationship. And my sisters, do not get pregnant. These niggas be out here doing that. Listen, they will get you pregnant when they sense you about to leave. You need to stay protected. A couple of y'all done had a plan B's like Skittles dealing with this person. You ain't never had to deal with this kind of energy before. They're trying to lock you in. And like I told you, most people who have bad intentions for you don't even understand that the demon is operating the human, because their spirit and human form are not one. They don't understand spirituality. So my thing is, you had a great time with this person, but you were with them for a short time, not a long time. Don't turn temporary people into long-term issues, okay? That is not your husband, and that is not your wife. Hell, that ain't your sneaky link or your situationship. I'm telling you, the worst thing you could do is not understand the mistakes of your past and get caught in the wilderness with somebody. You know what happened to Moses when he got caught in the wilderness with the Hebrew Israelites? He never made it to the land of milk and honey. Can you imagine God calling you to free a demographic of people, and you got to try to force them to be better? And y'all supposed to make it to the destination in 11 days. And instead of 11 days, it took them 41 years. And you yourself never made it. You died on the way. We got to get to a point that we leave the wilderness when God says it's time to go. See, Jesus was there for 40 days and 40 nights. I ain't trying to go through what Jesus went through just to show y'all that I am who I say I am. Don't crucify me. I don't got time for it. I ain't strong enough to look at Judas and allow him to play in my goddamn face after eating with me. I can't let Peter play with my face either. They all would have been, I would have, probably would have put on phone and grave. Anyway, what I'm saying is, your wilderness exit is happening. That person is going to either exit the wilderness in another direction, or they're going to stay there. That's not for you to figure out. They came in your life to bring you balance. They came in your life to bring you happiness. They came in your life to bring you joy. They came in your life to bring you peace. They came in your life to bring you love. But let me tell you something. Something that sticks around longer than it's supposed to turns out to be a negative. Leave the relationship in the situation that you're in and allow the closing of the chapter to be one that's positive. Do not stay with anybody simply because something they offer you benefits you when you know in your heart of hearts it's time to be over. It's not worth it. Because when you do that, you're telling God, I don't have no faith for you. And if you've been following me from the beginning, we done already went through all the bad shit. I be damned, we gonna tell God we don't trust him and we don't reverence him once we hear at the end. It's time for you to understand that this situation is over. Get done with them. Move on. Move strong. If you love yourself, get out of this situation. There is no point for a single man or a single woman to sit in a situation with somebody because you feel they can benefit you. You're not their wife. You have no children. Move on and move strong. Believe it or not, the quicker you do it, the quicker your blessings will manifest. All right, y'all.